Good afternoon, everyone. Please be seated. Hello to the chief guest for today's event, the Honorable Education Minister of Bangladesh, Dr. Adipumoni, the special guest, His Excellency Mr. Lee Jang-kyun, Ambassador of the Republic of Korea in Bangladesh, honorable members of the Board of Trustees, respected Vice Chancellor, Pro-Vice Chancellor, heads of departments, esteemed faculty members, members of the staff, dear students and volunteers, a very warm welcome to you all. For getting into the event, I would like to request our chief guest, our special guest, along with the Vice Chancellor, the head of the department, to please come up on stage and take their seats. Thank you. I would also like to request the Board of Trustees. I would also like to request the Pro VC to please come up on stage and join us. Along with the Korean expat, Mr. Million Park, to join us on stage, please. I'm Jahana Tariq, an adjunct faculty member at Independence University, Bangladesh, and I'm delighted to welcome you all to the much anticipated inaugural program of Window on Korea and King Sejong Institute at Independence University, Bangladesh. We're primarily gathered here today to celebrate Bangladesh's friendship with South Korea. Earlier this year, IUB won a grant worth of $20,000 to set up a Korean corner at our library called Window on Korea. We're the first university in the country to have won this award from the National Library of Korea. A few months down the road, we won the prestigious King Sejong Institute, the Global Language and Cultural Outreach Center of the Government of the Republic of Korea. During a ceremony at Seoul, the Vice Chancellor of IUB received the KSI designation certificate from the King Sejong Institute Foundation. We're proud to announce that we have successfully set up both the King Sejong Institute as well as the Window on Korea in a very short time and are ready to open our doors for Korean language learning and cultural exposure here at IUB. Before getting further into the program, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to request you all to please rise up as we play the national anthem of Bangladesh and remain standing while it is followed by the national anthem of the Republic of Korea. Thank you.
সোনার
sit down, everyone. Thank you so much. As the newly appointed director of King Sejong Institute at IUB, I would now like to call upon the floor the head of the Department of Media and Communication, Professor Zakir Hossain Raju, PhD, to give his valuable overview on the two institutes. Thank you, everyone.
Honorable Minister of Education, Dr. Dhaka2, His Excellency Ambassador Lee Jae-kyun, our Chairman of Board of Trustee IUB, Mr. Abdul Hai Sarkar, Vice Chancellor Tanvir Hassan, PhD, our Pro Vice Chancellor, Professor Niaz Ahmed Khan, and Mr. Million Park, representing Korean community in Bangladesh. This is a very happy occasion for us here at IUB. We have many dignitaries in front of us in this auditorium. We have EST-CDT Chair, Ms. Nilufar Jafrullah, Ms. Hosne Ara, Mr. Rashid Chowdhury, Mr. Altamash Kabir, Mr. Javed Hussain, Ms. Yasmin Kabir, all the important leaders of the visionary trustee board of Independent University, Bangladesh. I have my esteemed colleagues, professors, deans, head of the departments, lecturers, and also my dear students. This is a very special occasion for us. We are opening up two new institutes. One is King Sejong Institute, and another one is called Window on Korea, which is a resource center as a part of IUB library. Both of these are Korean government initiatives which they are establishing all around the world. Within the time frame, what I will try to do, I'll give you, a very quick overview, and let me begin with what are these two institute and resource center means. I think here, as many of my young students here, when we talk about or think about South Korea or Republic of Korea, we immediately think about BTS, Blackpink. For some people, it may be the film Parasite. For someone, it may be Squid Games. For somebody a bit older, it may be Winter Sonata, the Korean drama that made its way like 20 years back to Japan and began what we call Hallyu, or Korean cultural wave, in all over the world. From Japan, going through many other corners, actually probably, from most of the corners of the world, Korean popular culture is now very popular. But of course, Korea is not only popular culture. It has its language, it has its very strong political and social history. And that is why at Independent University, we are setting up King Sejong Institute, which is one of the first institute in Bangladesh. As part of Korean Ministry of Culture and Tourism, they have established like 244 King Sejong Institutes all over the world, in North America, in Europe, in various parts of Asia and Africa. And this is one of the first that is being set up here in Dhaka. We are very happy that we partnered with the Embassy of South Korea in Dhaka, and we are able to set up this. On Korea, we won a competitive grant back in 2021 to set up this resource center. We won a $20,000 grant as well as books. If you visit our library, the corner, and after a few minutes we will be showing a video on the corner, and you will see that already 3,000 books on various aspects of Korean culture, history, politics mostly in English and also in Korean language. These are here. Under the King Sejong Institute, we are inviting two native Korean instructors who will come to Independent University and who will be offering courses in Korean language, both for our students at IUB and also for outside public. My part will not be complete if I don't tell you how all these things happened. Let me remember the arrival of two important people in Dhaka, say 2 years back during the deep time of coronavirus. One is His Excellency Lee Jae-kyun in, I think, early 2020, just after Corona began. He arrived and took up this position as ambassador of South Korea to Bangladesh. Within a while, his office assigned me to prepare a report on how to develop more congenial relationship between Bangladesh and South Korea. And eventually, when coronavirus was a bit, giving its way, then we had time to meet and we started discussing many plans. But we were not able to go much further. February 2021, our Vice Chancellor Tanvir Hassan arrived in Dhaka and took up our leadership here at IUB. Within a short while, he galvanized the whole process. Actually, I must say that with the vision and momentum, drive of Professor Tanvir Hassan, we could get both of these projects together. And I must salute both Professor Tanvir Hassan here and Ambassador Lee Jae-kyun, who are on stage, for making this happen. I must also respect my tribute to two other earlier Korean ambassadors in Dhaka, Ambassador An Seng-do and Ambassador Yoon Young Lee, who have visited IUB and who have supported many of our Korean programs. And I must also salute our trustee member, Mr. Rashid Chaudhary, who actually introduced me. When I returned from Korea, I was serving as a visiting professor in National University of Korea in 2014. After I returned Dhaka, this was Mr. Rashid Chaudhary who actually introduced me to Ambassador Yoon Young Lee here in Dhaka. So this is, I think, the reflection of what kind of long and warm relationship we are having with Korea. And I think my last bit will be why we are doing this, let's say. When I think about South Korea, this is a country of 51 million people, less than 1% of the world population. But if we look at the resilience of these people, coming out of the ashes of Korean War in the 1950s, how South Korea became one of the most important economic powers of the world. I think under the leadership of Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina and including her able ministers, the way Bangladesh is progressing, we have lots to share and learn because we are also resilient. Bangladesh is also born out of a bloody liberation war, and it is now going to a more brighter future. So it cannot be more opportune time for Bangladesh and South Korea when we come together and we work together for the betterment of both the countries. And I think here at IUB, through these projects and institutes, that is what we are doing. I think I'm looking forward to more success and more hearty relationship with South Korea, between Bangladesh and South Korea. So let me stop here. Thank you so much. Joy Bangla.
Thank you so much, sir, for your wonderful words. I would now like to request the Vice Chancellor of Independent University, Bangladesh, Mr. Tanvir Hassan, PhD, to share a note of welcome with our guests in this October gathering. Thank you.
Honorable Chief Guest, Her Excellency Dr. Deepu Moni MP, Minister for Education, Government of the People's Republic of Bangladesh. Special guest, His Excellency Mr. Lee Jang-kyun, Ambassador of the Republic of Korea to Bangladesh. Special guest, Mr. Abdul-Hai Sarkar, Chairman, Board of Trustees, Independent University, Bangladesh. And then, to my pleasant surprise, we have a lot of trustee members here that I was not expecting, and my tribute to them, my respect to them. And Ms. Nilüfer Zafrullah, the architect Nilüfer Zafrullah, who is the chair of the foundation, she made it in. Thank you so much, ma'am. And we have Dr. Hosnear Ali, Ms. Yasmin Kabir, Mr. Javed Hussain, Mr. Altamas Kabir, and Mr. Rashid Chaudhary. All of these trustee members made their time to show their support and goodwill to the university's strategic moves. Thank you all. We also have some special guests, Mr. Syed Ashik Rahman, Chief Executive Officer of RTV, Mr. Rezaul Karim Lotus, Executive Editor of the Daily Sun and Head of Diplomatic Affairs, East-West Media Group, Mr. Riaz Ahmad, Editor Dhaka Tribune, Executive Editor Dhaka Tribune, respected guests, especially the guests from the Korean expatriate community, my dear students, colleagues, and friends from the media. Assalamu alaikum, namaskar, and good afternoon to you all. A very welcome to the launching of the King Sejong Institute and the Window on Korea, the two very prestigious and internationally renowned cultural outreach programs of the Government of People's Republics of Korea. The fact that we are launching these two entities on the 50th anniversary of Korea-Bangladesh relationships makes this occasion even more special. Over the last 5 decades, our bilateral collaboration has expanded to a wide range of areas, including trade and commerce, investment, development cooperations, ICT, defense, and cultural exchanges. In addition, the Republic of Korea has been a great destination for Bangladeshi workforce and students. Schemes like Employment Permit System and the Global Korea Scholarship have been playing a key role in providing employment and higher education opportunities to Bangladeshi workers and students. And one of the main prerequisites to participate in this type of scheme is the language skill, in this case, the Korean language skill. This day is a culmination of a conversation we began with the Korean authorities 15 months ago as we proudly launched the prestigious King Sejong Institute and Window on Korea. Credit goes to my colleagues, the faculty and staff of the Department of Media and Communication for putting sincere efforts to bring these collaborations into fruition. I would like to thank Dr. Raju, head of our Media and Communication Department, who is up here in the stage. And specifically, I would like to mention Professor Raisa Rashika and Rayana Rahman for their indispensable support and commitment to bringing our vision into reality. I would like those three colleagues to please rise so that you can recognize. Raju, would you be kind enough to rise? Let's give them a round of applause. Thank you. Please be seated. Now I'd like to give a special thanks to His Excellency Mr. Lee Jang-kyun, Ambassador of the Republic of Korea to Bangladesh, for being a true friend to IUB and extending heartfelt support to bring this from paper to reality. Thank you, Ambassador Lee Jang-kyun. A round of applause for him, too. In order to thrive in this era of fast-paced transformation and connectivity, it is important that every student to be tech-savvy, have a strong liberal arts foundation, be globally conscious, and environmentally responsible. These are what we call the 4 pillars of IUB. Recently, we launched Coding for All initiative that makes it mandatory for every student of IUB, irrespective of their majors, to have some computer programming skills. In order to compete at the global stage, our youth also needs to have multiple language skills so that they may thrive in multicultural environments at home and especially abroad. The establishment of King Sejong Institute at IUB will take us a long way in fulfilling this requirement. In a few short weeks, we are also going to launch another center called Shashin Center for Multilingual Excellence, which is an umbrella entity for learning foreign languages, promoting intercultural communication, and preserving endangered languages through research, innovation, and community engagement. The King Sejong Institute, the Window on Korea, and the Sachin Center for Multilingual Excellence, all three of these will be open to general public as well. That way, we would be able to give the community a platform to learn, practice, and research multiple languages under one roof. This is part of IUB's community engagement strategy, because as a responsible educational institution, we must give back to the community. And this would be one of the ways we would connect to our community. As we celebrate the 50th anniversary of independence and the birth centenary of our father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, Bangladesh stands at the height of a major socio-economic transformation. The journey towards that transformation began with the language movement of 1952, which culminated into our Great War of Liberation in 1971. Language, therefore, was a key determinant of our nation's right towards sovereignty, and its logical consequence is prosperity, which can only be achieved under an able political leadership with tremendous foresight. The fourth industrial revolution is upon us, which will surely take Bangladesh to the next level of prosperity. As our Honorable Education Minister has emphasized in the past, we cannot miss the train this time. Bangladesh should be ready to make the most out of the window of opportunity that 4IR offers. We deeply internalize that view, and at IUB, we are doing everything we can to support the national agenda of achieving sustainable, inclusive development by the year 2041. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for listening in. Joy Bangla.
Thank you so much, sir, for the warm note of welcome. Dear audience members, I would now like to request to the podium our special guest for the event, His Excellency, Mr. Lee Jang-kyun, the Ambassador of the Republic of Korea in Bangladesh, to share a few words with us. Sir, the stage is all yours.
Thank you so much. Honorable Education Minister, Dr. Dipumoni, and Honorable Vice Chancellor, Tanvir Hassan, and Board of Trustees and members of the trustee and board members, and faculties, and students, and also members of Korean community, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum. Good morning to you all. Kemona Chen Shobai. It is my very special honor and pleasure to be here with you in this morning at this very meaningful occasion, not only for the IUB, but also for the Korea and Bangladesh relations, and also for the future of this country. I'm very happy and honored, and thank you very much, Dr. Tanvir Hassan, for inviting me to this important occasion. And Dr. Tanvir Hassan is, we have met him just 1.5 years, but already became a very close friend. And for personally also, I wholeheartedly congratulate you and also IUB on this double inauguration of Indo-1 Korea and also King Sejong University, King Sejong Institute language program in this university. I also would like to express my very special thanks to Education Minister Dipumoni for your presence by your presence in your very busy schedule and gracing this very important occasion. I know that the Education Minister Deepu Moni is a very long-time strong supporter of Korea-Bangladesh relations, and her presence today shows her heart and her intention and her mind toward it. And I'm particularly happy to see especially the young students of IUB. And even though this is my fifth or sixth times to be here, and meeting with the IUB young student is my special pleasure. And I see so many students here. And thank you very much for your coming. And as I already told, and also even Dr. Tanvir Hassan and even Professor Raju told, it was June 2021 that I first came to this IUB and for the first time met with Vice Chancellor Tanvir Hassan. And at that time, actually, the very reason I came to this university is for the K Club, Korean Culture Club in this university, and also for Professor Raju, actually, at the media department. Professor Raju has made a very interesting research, academic research regarding the Korean culture and Korean cultural phenomena in this country and its impact on the bilateral relations. So I wanted to come to this place for these two reasons. And during that occasion, I had very meaningful discussions with Dr. Tanvir Hassan. And at the time, Vice Chancellor requested me to send a native Korean language teacher to this country so that to set up a Korean language program at this university upon the bearing all this cost by the university. So he was so eager to have this program, and I agreed to work together with him. And we worked together for the past 1.5 years. And what we see today is the result of our joint work. And our work, our plan has been fully accomplished. And we have every reason to celebrate ourselves for this accomplishment. And at the time, not only that he requested just in the Korean language program in this country, in this university, but also we have added one more element, the window on Korea, which is Korea Corner as a part of the library of this university. And so that today, I'm very happy to see this double inauguration. And this is not just inauguration for this university, but what I see today is the deepening and strengthening relations between our two countries, Korea and Bangladesh. And our relations is now reaching into other areas, especially this education and cultural area. And as was mentioned, IUB is the first private university hosting window on Korea in Bangladesh. And IUB is the second university hosting a Korea-devoted section at the library after Dhaka University, where we have a Korea Corner. But more than that, IUB is the only private university in this country which established both the Korean language program and window on Korea, Korea Corner. I will not mention much about the window Korean program. Already Professor Raju extensively explained. It is a corner in the library and with the materials and books on Korea and Korean culture, Korean history. As was said, already 3,000 books and materials are already here. And for the next 5 years, we'll provide annually 200 books or materials related to Korea for 5 years. And King Sejong Institute, I believe it is very opportune for us to have this institute at this library because we will offer a big synergy with the window on Korea by providing students with an opportunity to develop their Korean language skills, which will make IUB students have a more deeper and genuine interest in the knowledge of Korea. Here I thought, to raise and cast a question to you all, the students, and also to the faculty members, and why, and what is the meaning and reason and goal of learning and teaching Korean language here and Korean culture. What is the meaning, reason, or goal for having this? You might have your own answers. Maybe, first of all, it is because there is a big interest among the students, mainly for enjoying Korean movies, dramas, or K-pop, which is widespread among many young Bangladesh people and students. It may be true, but it should be more than that, more than the interest of these culture-related things. And coming here, I thought, and I came to my own answer. My answer is that it is worthwhile to learn Korean culture and Korean language for the future of Bangladesh young people. It is closely related to the future of Bangladesh young people. Before, maybe even now, many ambitious Bangladesh young people chose to study or work in Western countries and design their future with or in these countries. But now we are living in a different world. Now time has changed. And Korea is becoming a more and more popular destination for young Bangladesh people for work and also for studying. Korea is the most popular destination for the Bangladesh expatriate workers. Before, on average of 2,000 Bangladesh expatriate workers went to Korea and employed and have job opportunities there. But this year, already almost 4,000, more than double than previous years. 4,000 low-skilled Bangladesh workers have gone to Korea, and we expect that the number will reach up to 5,000. You must know that they earn somewhat relatively handsome salary in Korea, minimum $3,000 per month. And some of the workers return home into a successful businessman, owning several factories, even stores. I met two returned Bangladesh expatriate workers to this country. Both of them became very successful entrepreneur. One owns factory in here and also in Korea, and his business is going very well in RMG and textile field. The other man is the owner of around 20 stores in Dhaka city, and he has 4 stores in this Boshundara city. So become an owner of 20 or more stores in these big cities, and now become a very middle-ranged businessman. And in terms of the students studying in Korea, now there are around 1,600 Bangladesh students are studying in Korea, and most of them are in the engineering field, pursuing higher degrees like the master's and doctorate. There are just a few undergraduate students. And after finishing degrees, many of them also find jobs in Korea or in Bangladesh related to Korea-related business. And I found recently that among Dhaka University professors, there are about 12 professors who got the degree in Korea. 12 professors only in Dhaka University, and I know that some professors in Sylhet University also did their degree in Korea. And some are working for LG. We have the LG representative here with us, and also Samsung, and both LG and Samsung in this country, and also LG and Samsung in Korea and other countries. As was mentioned, Korea is one of the major world industrial and technological powerhouse. Korea is the 10th largest economy in the world. Korea is the 7th largest trading country in the world. And Korea ranks the most innovative country in the world. And Korea is the largest shipbuilder, largest semiconductor producer, and display producer in the world. Korea is the 6th largest automobile manufacturer in the world. And in addition to that, not only these technological or industrial areas, Korea is now also becoming a cultural powerhouse in the world, which I don't need to explain. And also more than that, the very reason why Bangladeshi young people should have interest in learning Korean language or knowledge of Korea is because of the very close Korea and Bangladesh relations. We have enjoyed very close relations for the past 5 decades, but this relations is even stronger and deeper every day, every year. So there might be much opportunities for Bangladeshi young people in engaging in the Korea-Bangladesh relations. And all this gives you, young Bangladesh students, every reason to have interest in learning and knowing Korea and Korean language. And the King Sejong Institute and Window on Korea will serve you to meet your interests and your needs. Actually, in this age of internet, people can easily access various information and material by online. And even we can learn foreign language online. But the window on Korea, more than books and material. King Sejong Institute Dhaka2 is more than a Korean language program. I believe it is a space where students can actually meet and experience Korea, Korean culture, and Korean history. I and my embassy people hope to come here more often and engage with the IUB students for developing their interests and their skills for the future of their own and also for this country. In closing, I truly believe that in cultivating the Korea-Bangladesh relations, we need to invest in young people, young students, the next generation, because they are the future of our two countries, and they are the future of our bilateral relations. And I am sure that the King Sejong Institute here and Window on Korea at the IUB is our joint investment for the future of Bangladesh youth and also for the future of Korea-Bangladesh relations. Thank you very much, and onek dhonnobad. And I have to add one more Bangla I learned from the Bangla national anthem. Ami tomar balobash. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Gives me immense pleasure to request the chairman and the member of the Board of Trustees at Independence University, Bangladesh, Mr. Abdul Hai Sarkar, to share a few words with us for this joyous event. Thank you, sir.
Her Excellency, the Honorable Education Minister, Dr. Deepu Moni, Excellency, Korean Ambassador in Bangladesh, Mr. Lee, short, better mention Lee only, in between I happy to know, and also the Honorable Vice Chancellor of IUB, and sitting in front of me, the Chairman of EST-CDT, Ms. Nilufar Jafarullah, and other my colleagues, Rashid Chaudhary, Javed Hussain, and Mr. Kabir, and others. At the same time, the faculties, distinguished guests, and my dear students, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum, and very good afternoon to all of you. It is indeed a very important occasion for IUB. Reason is that at the very outset of my little discussion, what I'm trying to say, mention is that this is a very, very commendable initiative by IUB, at the same time the Korean embassy. Because this really exchange of cooperation, culture and history, Korean history, etc., to get to know it by our students, at the same time faculties. In fact, I like to focus my attention on the other side. Actually, we are suffering from acute manpower shortage to carry out our development agenda initiated by Honorable Prime Minister. And we have many areas, we have a lot of shortage of experienced manpower and trained manpower. But this is one of the very important source that this kind of establishment of this kind of corner, Korean window, and Sejong, King Sejong Institute, it's a language institute, to put up in IUB, it's a great help and great assistance for our students who will be interested to know the Korean history. Actually, in many of the symposium and seminar, many of our speakers mentioned that we have to follow the Korean role model to develop our country. So if we want to know the Korean role model, really want to use it, then we have to have right people for, implement those kind of slogan. So this is one of the best sources for our students and faculties to know about the Korean history, Korean success story, and the type of books they'll put in here. Because if we really want to train up ourselves, if we really want to know the myth of Korean development, very fast development, industrially as well as culturally throughout the world. So this is the first thing we have to know, how the Korean became so developed, become one of the 10 developed country in the world. So if we really understand we know about the Korean history behind it, how they came out successful, then this is the window, Korean window here, put up in IUB library. It is a bigger source to know how to follow the Korean role model to develop our country. So this is a big source of, this is a big help. I have to say thank you, Mr. Ambassador, for taking this kind of joint initiative with IUB. And it is a big help for our people, for our youngsters, and for our students to learn more about Korean, how they develop themselves. If we get to know this kind of story, then we can also develop, it can bring some mental, changes in our mind that we have to follow this kind of role model to develop our country, which is very imperative after 2024, because we are becoming the developing country in the world. So under developing country, we have to function, then we have to follow certain conditionalities. We will not be like least developed country, what we are enjoying now. A lot of facility will be taken off. So that is, we have to prepare ourselves to take that challenge from 2024 onward. With this few words, I once again thank you, Korean High Commissioner, Mr. Kamsamida. Thank you. And I wish that we will develop more cooperation between each other for helping our youngsters and students to develop them, to make them conversant with the Korean history and culture. With this few words, I once again wish a very successful collaboration between ourselves and Korean embassy. Okay? Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, the moment we've all been waiting for has finally arrived. I would like to request the Honorable Education Minister of Bangladesh, Dr. Deepamoni, to come forward and declare the inauguration of Window on Korea and King Sejong. I I would also like to request our respected speakers on stage to join her. Thank you.
Distinguished guests, I now announce the inauguration of Window on Korea and King Sejong Institute at the Independent University, Bangladesh, IUB.
Ma'am, I would like to request you to share your valuable insights with us. Thank you.
His Excellency Mr. Lee Jong-kyun, Honorable Ambassador of the Republic of Korea to Bangladesh, Mr. Abdul Hai Sharkar, Chairman, Board of Trustees, Independent University, Bangladesh, Professor Tanveer Hassan, PhD, Vice Chancellor, respected guests, members of the Korean community in Bangladesh, students, faculty, and staff of IUB, Assalamu alaikum and very good afternoon to you all. I would like to begin by paying deepest respects to our father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, and all the martyrs who made supreme sacrifices to give us an independent Bangladesh and also for all our democratic rights. I'm absolutely delighted today to be a part of this inauguration of the Window on Korea and King Sejong Institute. I would like to thank the organizers of today's program for inviting me to join this wonderful occasion. Window on Korea and King Sejong Institute are two of the most renowned cultural programs of the government of Republic of Korea. I'm very happy that Independent University Bangladesh, one of the oldest and most respected private universities in the country, is hosting these two entities on their campus. The bilateral ties between the Republic of Korea and Bangladesh go back 50 years. Over the last 5 decades, the government of the Republic of Korea has been one of the most trusted development partners of Bangladesh. The Korean community in Bangladesh have been deeply involved in some of the key sectors, including trade and investment, education, technology, employment, and cultural exchange. I have a strong belief that the Window on Korea and the King Sejong Institute at IUB will prove to be very crucial for both the countries by opening up newer avenues of bilateral cooperation through the facilitation of education and research on Korean culture and language. The fourth industrial revolution is constantly offering new opportunities. It is our firm belief that our young generation will most definitely ride on this tremendous wave of development and take Bangladesh to the next level of prosperity, that is becoming a developed country by the year 2041, which we so lovingly call Vision 2041. With that in mind, the government of Bangladesh, led by our charismatic and far-sighted leader, Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, is implementing all the policies necessary to create the ground for preparing the youth to take on the challenges and tap the opportunities offered by the fourth industrial revolution. As the Vice Chancellor very rightly mentioned, having multiple language skills alongside our mother tongue Bangla and English will prove to be very crucial for us in the near future. In today's increasingly globalized and interconnected world, our youth must have multiple language skills and the ability to adapt to multicultural settings. To that end, the Window on Korea and the King Sejong Institute at IUB can play a very important role by giving our students the opportunity to learn Korean language and culture. I'm also very happy to know that these two entities will also be open to the general public because this may take us a long way towards fulfilling our pledge of enriching the country with a skilled workforce. It is very heartening to see so many students gathered here today. Seeing you, I'm reminded of the strong foundation our great nation was built upon. Passionate, bright young students such as you were a major driving force behind our independence in 1971. For me, you are part of the vision that our father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, had about building his cherished Sonar Bangla, thriving with citizens who are educated and passionate about their country. Bangladesh needs intelligent future leaders like you to continue and maintain the growth of this country. প্রিয় শিক্ষার্থীরা, আপনারা জ্ঞান অর্জন করছেন, জ্ঞান অর্জন করবেন, দক্ষ হবেন, যোগ্য হবেন, দেশ মাকে ভালোবাসবেন যেমন করে আপনারা আপনাদের মাকে ভালোবাসেন। আপনারাই আমাদের ভবিষ্যৎ। পিতা মুজিব বলেছিলেন, কেউ আমাদের দাবায় রাখতে পারবে না। মনে রাখবেন যে আমরা বিজয়ী জাতি। সততা, ন্যায্যতা, সহমর্মিতা, পরমত সহিষ্ণুতা এর সবগুলোকে নিয়ে আপনারা এগিয়ে যান। জয় নিশ্চয়ই আপনাদের আসবে এবং আপনাদের প্রতি আমার অনেক অনেক শুভকামনা, দোয়া আর নিরন্তর ভালোবাসা রইল। I congratulate Independent University Bangladesh for taking so many fitting initiatives to ready our students for great goals, not just for them, but also for the country. I'd also like to thank the Korean community in Bangladesh and the Embassy of the Republic of Korea, headed by the Honorable Ambassador, for partnering with IUB in setting up these two prestigious institutions. Thank you very much once again for having me here today. Joy Bangla, Joy Bangabandhu. May Bangladesh Republic of Korea friendship live forever.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your encouraging words. Dear all, I'm delighted to call upon the floor now another special guest for today's event, the Vice Chairman of the Korean community in Bangladesh, Mr. Million Park, everyone.
Assalamu alaikum. Kemun achen, everyone. My name is Million Park. I'm Vice Chairman of the Korean community in Bangladesh. I'm really honored today to see all of you here, especially Dr. Dipu Moni, Member of Parliament and Honorable Minister of the Education Government of People's Republic of Bangladesh. And also, you know, His Excellency Lee Jang-keun, the Ambassador of the Republic of Korea. And also, you know, the Vice Chancellor, Mr. Tanwil, really appreciate it. Dear student, a distinguished guest, and ladies and gentlemen, it's a great honor to speak on behalf of the Korean community in Bangladesh for the second installment of Korean Language Institute in Bangladesh. I'm incredibly elated and grateful that the Korean society has made a great impact on the Bangladesh community through cultural aspects such as K-pop, K-movie, Korean TV show, Korean food, and so much more. These days, due to the popularity of Korean entertainment in the media, specifically from the famous show such as Squid Game and the ever so famous K-pop group, you know, BTS. And thank you very much. And Blackpink, yes, has made a stride in the global entertainment business and has a monumental effect on global media. IUB is the only university in Bangladesh that was shortlisted in the Times Higher Education Award 2020 for the student recruitment campaign of the year, and it is at the top in the whole of Asia, crediting IUB as the top institution in the country in 2019. Thank you very much. It is an honor to help open the new Korean Language Institute in IUB, as it is such an impressive university with an abundance of achievement, that it is also host the brightest intellectual in the country who will lead the future of Bangladesh. This is for you on the day of celebrating the opening of the King Sejong Institute. We are breaking new barriers of establishing official Korean language institution in Bangladesh. And I would like to encourage you all to welcome this institute and seek the opportunity that lie in learning our Korean language. I have a strong confidence that IUB could play a key role to enhance and build up bilateral environment development over all relevant sectors of Korea through the installment of King Sejong Institute in Bangladesh. Thank you. Finally, just a few seconds. Not a big deal. Last, but not the least. Finally, I would like to relay special appreciation to Vice Chancellor of IUB, my friend, Daniel Hassan. Thank you so much. And it is a great honor to be with Dr. Dipu Moni, Member of Parliament and Honorable Minister for Education, Government of the People's Republic of Bangladesh, along with His Excellency Lee Jang-dan, my respectable person who is really, the amazing person. I like to say a little short word. Actually, Corona, the pandemic situation, when he come over here in Bangladesh, he saved our life, Korean community. I'm staying here 27 years in Bangladesh. Without him, it couldn't be happen our prosperous life. Please give a big hand to my ambassador. Thank you so much for your attention, and God bless all of you here. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for that lovely speech. Members of the audience, ladies and gentlemen, our chief guest, Dr. Dipu Moni, has to leave now as she has some prior commitments to make. Thank you, ma'am, for gracing this occasion with your lovely presence. Thank you so much. We'll continue with the program, so do be seated. Please stay seated. Take your seats, ladies and gentlemen. Please stay seated. The program is still going on, so please stay seated. Ladies and gentlemen, I would now like to call upon stage the Pro Vice Chancellor of Independence University, Bangladesh, Professor Niaz Ahmed Khan, PhD, to give his vote of thanks. Thank you, everyone.
As we come to the close of this very joyous occasion today, I have the privilege of according a vote of thanks to all of you. Our Honorable Minister of Education, Dr. Dipu Moni MP, was with us. She has just left, but she had a particularly busy day today. She was en route to the airport, still made the time carved out from her very busy schedules to be here to encourage us. She has made some concrete contributions to this country. Especially, I would like to just mention two because these have academic relevance. One is her contribution towards the maritime boundary expansion of this country. She led the complex international process as the then foreign minister, which ultimately resulted in what we very lovingly call Samudra Bijoy for Bangladesh. The second important contribution, whether she is with us or not now, but it's very important to recognize people's contribution, is that she initiated some major reforms into the secondary and higher secondary education system. Some of these have borne fruit, some of these haven't been quite encouraging. But the reason we recognize her is that she had the courage and the tenacity to push this reform agenda through. So we recognize her contribution. The second set of people I would like to recognize, and from the very core of my heart, begins with the Honorable Korean Ambassador, our special guest, His Excellency Mr. Lee Jong-kyun, and his entourage, including the First Secretary, and of course, the Vice Chair of the Korean community here, Mr. Park. We recognize them not just because they have given us some resources, money, technical know-how, but more importantly, we recognize them for the trust they have put on us. They have entrusted us with the legacy of King Sejong, the inventor of Korean alphabet. This in itself shows that they have great belief in IUB's capacity to carry forward the value and the philosophy of King Sejong and spread the overall welfare that these two important entities that we have just inaugurated, the Korean Window and the Institute, to have the wider impact of these two important institutions. So we thank the ambassador and his entourage because they have put their trust on us. And we would like to assure from IUB's side, we'll do everything possible to uphold that trust. Our Board of Trustees, led by our Honorable Chairman, Mr. Abdul Hai Sarkar, and I see very esteemed members of the board present here today, would like to recognize the contribution of the board mainly on one ground. The board has given us the relative freedom and independence, and also given us the encouragement to try out initiatives out of boxes like this one. This would not have been possible without the active support of the board. These initiatives, when you try out something new, typically it would entail, of course, a possibility of failure and risk. The fact that you have trusted us, you have given us, my Vice Chancellor and the overall management of IUB, the freedom to try out these experimental initiatives. We remain deeply thankful to each of you. And I would like to particularly mention Mr. Rashid Chaudhary because he was the one, as Professor Raji was mentioning, initial link to the Korean community and the embassy was made through him. And I also recognize the contribution of Architect Nilüfer Jafarullah, the chairperson of East District. Needless to say that this has been the brainchild in partnership with Professor Raju of our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Tanvir Hassan. He has pushed this through, and because of my close affinity and proximity with him and the work that he does, I've seen how passionate he was about establishment of these two nationally important entities in IUB. So our deep appreciation goes to our Vice Chancellor and his able team in the Executive Office. I would like to also very quickly mention, if I had the time, I would love to mention everyone's name because it's important to recognize people's contribution. Very briefly, I would like to mention the contribution made by the Department of Media and Communication, the Executive Office I've just mentioned, in trying to facilitate the visit of the Honorable Education Minister, the MBA coordinator, the OIC, government and UGC affairs at the Pro-Vice Chancellor's office, the contribution of our media PR department, our colleagues in the administration, the contribution of the deans. We all understand that in order to organize an event of this stature and magnitude, much homework and work at behind the screen needed to go on, which ultimately successfully culminated into this very joyous event for all of us today. I recognize on behalf of the Vice Chancellor each of your contribution. Our students and the relevant clubs have played a major role, so thank you, our students. I hope this is beginning of a much longer relationship between Bangladesh and Korea, and I hope that IUB, through these two important institutions, will contribute to furthering and consolidating the long historical relationship between our two countries. I also thank once again the Korean dignitaries, all of you who are present here, and all the media personnel and people who have joined us in presence and virtually. And I hope that these initiatives will continue and we'll have more occasion to welcome you and to make our partnership with each of you in the future. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Dear audience, I'm very pleased to let you know that we have a video message all the way from Korea from none other than the President of King Sejong Institute Foundation, Lee Hae-yang, PhD. Enjoy.
안녕하십니까? 세종학당재단 이사장 이혜영입니다. 먼저 방글라데시 다카2 세종학당의 개원을 진심으로 축하드리며 영상이지만 다카2 세종학당의 시작을 축하하는 이 자리에 함께하게 되어 매우 기쁘게 생각합니다. 방글라데시와 한국은 1973년 정식 외교 관계를 수립 후 49년간 함께 길을 걸어왔습니다. 현재 약 150개가 넘는 한국 기업이 방글라데시에 진출하여 정치, 경제, 문화 분야를 넘어 에너지, 소비재 분야까지 양국 간 협력 관계는 더욱 확대되고 있습니다. 지난해 연간 교역액이 21억 달러를 달성하였으며 낯선 관계에서 시작해서 동료이자 친구로 발전해 왔습니다. 우리 재단은 지난 8월 한국에서 다카2 세종학당의 지정서 전달식을 개최하며 방글라데시 다카2 세종학당이 내딛는 신규 세종학당으로서의 힘찬 걸음을 응원하였습니다. 세종학당 교재 지원을 통해 방글라데시 다카에서 세종학당을 통해 한국어와 한국 문화를 꿈꾸는 이들이 더욱 많아지고 나아가 한국과 방글라데시 양국 간의 관계가 더욱 깊어지는 계기가 되기를 바랍니다. 현재 전 세계에는 84개국 244개소의 세종학당이 운영되고 있으며 방글라데시에는 다카 1, 2 세종학당 총 2곳이 운영되고 있습니다. 재단이 2022년 다카의 2곳의 세종학당을 지정하게 된 것은 앞서 말씀드린 바와 같이 다카가 한 방글라데시 교류에서 중요한 의미를 가진 지역이기 때문입니다. 언어는 문화를 이해하는 열쇠이며 깊은 교감을 가능하게 하는 중요한 도구입니다. 다카 2 세종학당에서 운영하게 될 한국어 수업과 한국문화 강좌는 한국을 가본 적이 없는 사람에게는 한국의 언어와 문화를 만날 수 있는 기회로, 또 한국을 다녀온 적이 있는 사람에게는 한국을 더 깊이 이해할 수 있는 배움의 장으로 그 역할을 다할 것입니다. 다카 2 세종학당의 개원을 위해 애써주신 방글라데시 독립대학교 관계자분들께 다시 한번 깊이 감사를 드립니다. 다카 2 세종학당이 한국과 방글라데시의 마음을 연결하는 구심점이 되기를 기원합니다. 고맙습니다.
It really was quite lovely. At this point, I would like to request the speakers on stage and our special guests to kindly join the audience members. I'll give you a moment for that. Before moving on to the special cultural arrangements that we have reserved for this event today, we are going to screen a short video on Korea at IUB. Enjoy. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll now hand over our stage to our performers. For the first performance, we have a Bangla and Korean duet by the Korean singer and content creator, Mr. Joseph Kim, also known as Korean Pai, and two Bangladeshi singers and performers, Mr. Tawfiq Tamim and Mr. Tausif Tamim. Enjoy.
সেই তুমি কেন এত চেনাওলে সে আমি কেন তোমাকে দুঃখ দিলে কেমন করে এত চেনা হলে তুমি কিভাবে এত বলতে গেছি এই আমি ও বুকেরই সব কষ্ট দুয়াতে সরিয়ে চলো বলতে চাই তুমি কেন বলছো না তোমাকে ছাড়া আমি অসহায় আমার সবটুকু ভালোবাসা তোমায় ঘিরে আমার অপরাধ ছিল যতটুকু তোমার কাছে তুমি ক্ষমা করে দিও আমার 걱정하지 말아요 우리 함께 노래합시다 그대 아픈 기억들 모두 그대요 그대 가슴이 깊이 묻어버리고 지나간 것은 지나간 대로 그런 의미가 있죠 우리 다 함께 노래합시다 후회 없이 꿈을 꿨다 말해요 걷더라 아민 깨대지 বুকের গভীরে কষ্ট নিয়ে শূন্যতায় ডুবে গেছি আমি আমাকে তুমি ফিরিয়ে নাও তুমি কেন বলছো না তোমাকে ছাড়া আমি অসহায় আমার সবটুকু ভালোবাসা তোমায় ঘিরে আমার অপরাধ ছিল যতটুকু তোমার কাছে তুমি ক্ষমা করে দিও আমার 지나간 것은 지나간 대로 그런 의미가 있죠 우리 다 함께 노래합시다 후회 없이 꿈을 꿨단 말이에요 새로운 꿈을 꾸겠다 말해요 Thank you.
Thank you so much for such an amazing performance. We'll just wait a second to go on to the next one. Ladies and gentlemen, it's now time for our second and the final performance of today. A traditional Korean and Bangladeshi cultural dance by the esteemed IUBK Club and Artsers, followed by a very special K-pop dance number arranged by the first runner-up of World K-pop competition in Bangladesh, Rara Lava. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together to welcome the performers on stage.
crazy. 빠져버리는 daydream. Got me feeling you. 나 또 말해줄래. 누가 내게 뭐래도 남들과는 달라 넌. Maybe you could be the one. 날 믿어봐 한번. I'm not looking for just fun. Maybe I could be the one. Baby 예민하다 나 lately. 너 없이는 매일매일이 yeah. 재미없어 어쩌지. I just want you. Call my phone right now. I just wanna hear mine. Cause I know what you like, boy. You're mine. Can't make you like, boy. 내 지난 날들은 눈 뜨면 있는 꿈. Hi, boy, 너만 원해. Hi, boy, 내가 전해. And we can go high. 어디 봐, yeah, 이렇게 봐. Take it to the sky. You know I hype you, boy. 우리 가마. 어디 봐, yeah, 이렇게 봐. Take it to the sky. You know I hype you, boy.
Twenty, 22, side coming back. Long time no see, huh? 오래간 아니지, huh? 우리 다시 웃고 일고 지지고 뻗고 let's get loco. Pandemic's over, 그래 기분이 오자, 다시 그분이 오자. Everybody say, 뻑적지근해, 껄쩍지근해, 시끌벅적거리네, 너무 좋아 북적거리네. 동서남북, 강남 강북, 싹 다 보여도요. Hands in the air, I say yeah. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Whoa, yeah. Whoa, whoa. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Oh, yeah. 준비하시고 쏘세요. That I like that. 기분 좋아, baby. 흔들어 좌우 위아래로. 1, 2, 3 to the 4. That I like that. That I like that, baby. That I like that. It's like that. That's all. That I like that. That I like that, baby. That I like that. It's like that.
야, 내가 Okay, okay, let's go, let's go.
10년을 wait.
We from the bottom.
I got your back.
우리 좀 빨아.
Let's have a make.
제발 we got us. And tell me what you wanna. Tell me what you wanna want.
If you live fast, let us die young. 어느새 에너지. Make it move left and right. 그게 누구든지. Make it move left and right.
Human body 우리가 걸린 yeah yeah. It's good. Are you ready? Yeah yeah.
Okay, let's go.
Run, bulletproof, run, yeah, you got it, run. Run, bulletproof, run, yeah, you got it, run. Run, bulletproof, run, yeah, you got it, run. Run, bulletproof,
Okay,
run.
okay, let's go.
Thank you for such amazing, wonderful performances. Ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of our grand launch. We are very thankful to all of you for making the time to join us in our celebration today. Faculties, management staff, and students are requested to remain seated and help the guests leave the auditorium first. Refreshments are being served at the multipurpose hall. Please enjoy. Thank you, and Joy Bangla.
ওই যে নীল ম্যাম ব্যাগটা দিবেন